Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy GZTV back with another video, and in this video we are here to talk about the NBA. Tuesday, March 5th, all the good games. There were a couple good games. I'm probably going to talk about three of them. There's one that I probably should talk about, but it ended up getting out of hand in overtime, so I'm probably not going to, just to save some time. Like, I'm not trying to sit here all night and talk basketball. Obviously, I love basketball. I watch it every single night. It's my favorite sport. I mean, I used to be a huge football guy, but this has quickly taken over to be my favorite sport. But getting into the first game, we got to talk about my Celtics first playing the Cavs. This is the first time I've talked about the Cavs in a little while. Like, they've been on a dominant tear. They've won game after game, and like, if it's not a close game, I don't really care to talk about it because it doesn't really bring up any interesting storylines. But Dean Wade scores 20 in the fourth. The Cavs rally to stun the Celtics and end Boston's 11-game winning streak. This is a huge win, huge statement win for the Cavs. With every one of Dean Wade's shots that splashed through the net, the Cavaliers got closer to the Celtics, and his confidence grew. He just kept going. He was a fucking hero for them tonight. They needed him. I don't know what they would have done without Dean Wade on the court. Like, easily the best game of his career, a highlight of his career, probably for years to come. Great game. I mean, he was just hitting shots. He started to get a rhythm, and he was like, fuck it, I'm just going to keep stroking that thing, cuzzo. I'm just playing. But yeah, huge comeback for Dean Wade. Way to end the streak. Obviously, there was that overturned call in the final seconds, and honestly, I agree with it. I don't think that was a foul on Darius Garland. I mean, I was looking at it at first, and I was like, okay, yeah, maybe he did get fouled, but then I realized Tatum kicked his leg out, and there really wasn't that much contact besides that. So, yeah, again, Dean Wade is just incredible. I mean, Jaylen Brown was hitting some threes. Joey Chestnut was there, I think, at halftime when they were eating, like, the pierogies or whatever, the pierogies. That was kind of funny. Obviously, the Kelsey brothers were there. There were some pretty fun moments from that game. But, Jason Tatum put up 26 and 13. You get 24 from my boy Porzingis. Shout out to him. He shot 50%. He's continued to be an efficient, consistent piece that we picked up in the offseason. You get 21 points for Jaylen Brown. Derek White did not play well. I feel like this could have been an easier game if he would have, like, actually stepped up and did a little more, but it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, you can't have a good game every single time, so. Yeah, the Cavs, obviously, you get 21 and 12 out of Jarrett Allen. You get 16 and 11 from Darius Garland. And off the frickin' bench, 23 points for Dean Wade, who shot 67% from three. He was smacking them. 20 points in a single quarter for a player like that, with a role like that on a team like that. I mean, my goodness, that is super impressive. But let's move on. We have the Sixers and Nets game. Dennis Schroeder and Dorian Finney-Smith each score 20 in the Nets' 5-point win over, obviously, a shorthanded Sixers. They continue to be missing guys night in and night out. It's obviously going to be rough for them to finish the season strong. They haven't even clinched, like, an over 500 season, which, to be fair, no one has, except for, like, the Celtics and the Thunder. But, the Brooklyn Nets were quickly down double digits to a Philadelphia team missing both of its all-stars. There wasn't even Tyrese Maxey tonight, but they were barely able to win. I mean, that honestly just shows you how poverty the Nets are and how lost they are as a franchise. Like, they can't figure anything out. Obviously, I mean, Dennis Smith Jr. puts on a show on a nightly basis, has some really dope highlights. But, yeah, Kelly Oubre was dishing the rock around. Lonnie Walker was hitting threes. Nick Claxton was getting to the rack a couple times. Looking at the Sixers, I mean, all they had was Kelly Oubre, 30 points. You get 40% three-point shooting, 55% overall. The missing Embiid continues to just infect this team because you have a guy like Mo Bamba out there starting. Like, I'm not really sure what we're doing. And it's not like there's much of a worthy replacement. Obviously, they put Paul Reed in there to do some big man work, but they're lost. They don't really have anyone out there. But yeah, Mo Bamba starting, it's rough. You know it's rough for a team like this who started off the season hot with an MVP front runner for sure. But looking at the Nets, you get 20 points from Dorian Finney-Smith. You get 17 and 10 for Nick Claxton, who shot 75%. And you get 20 points from Dennis Schroeder, who shot 33% from three. So that's all fine and dandy. Shout out to the Nets, I guess. I mean, this isn't like a huge win for them at all. They should have won this easier, honestly. But, yeah, obviously, Sixers are missing out on a lot of guys. So let's move on. I mean, there's not really that many huge games to talk about. Obviously, we can talk about a pretty good overtime game in Suns and Nuggets. And obviously, Şengün went out there and absolutely owned Wemby. But those weren't really that close a game. So we're just going to close out the night by talking about the Pistons and Heat game. Jimmy Butler takes over late. The Heat hold off the Pistons by 8 for their 11th win in 14 games. They have been going absolutely crazy. I mean, with a team like we just talked about, the Sixers kind of slumping down, without Embiid, you can see a team like the Heat take over and take some spots up. Obviously, the Cavs are looking great, and they've already kind of, executed. But Jimmy Butler took over late, and it was exactly what the Miami Heat needed. Very impactful game for him. I mean, icing the game with huge shot after huge shot. Obviously, Terry Rozier was out there hitting shots. Thomas Bryant was playing defense. Bam Adebayo hit some tough shots. What the fuck is up with Nikola Jovic? He always wants to cause some fucking drama. He gets suspended for getting involved in a fight, gets heated at a ref, and gets 2 technicals. How many fucking minutes does Jovic even play? I guess he's a starter. He played 21 minutes and got ejected. Like, what are we doing here? But looking at the Pistons, you get 14 and 10 for Jalen Duren. Didn't miss a single shot. You get 23 for Cade Cunningham, who shot 50% from 3. I'm convinced this team is not going to get to 15 wins, and it's looking kind of insane, to be honest. It's looking spooky for them. You get 22 off the bench for Simone Fontecchio, who's a guy they just picked up recently in free agency. So it's nice that at least is going well for them. Obviously, Oscar Thompson, got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He is a rookie. But yeah, I mean, he wasn't struggling, but once he kind of plays not as well as you want him to, you kind of throw Simone Fontecchio out there, which is why they picked him up. But obviously, I mean, who cares? The Pistons are a lost cause for the season anyway. Might as well look at some draft picks and move on. But yeah, Jimmy Butler, 26 points, 33% from 3. I mean, he just did exactly what they needed. He led the reins for the team and got him a win. Again, not quite getting to playoff implications, but it's going to get a lot more interesting around here on the channel once we get to there. Just looking at tomorrow's games real quickly, maybe some games to look out for. Honestly, the only 2 games I'm looking forward to is Bucks Warriors and Kings Lakers. Lakers are always a really fun team to watch. I will probably be watching both of those games, maybe simultaneously. I don't know. But I'm probably going to stream. Go check me out, GZTV Live on Twitch, all lowercase. Obviously, the platform is Twitch. We're going to be doing a big 2K grind. I don't know if you guys like 2K, but obviously I do gameplays around here, so I got to grind out some content for that. But, yeah, and I obviously showed on the stream. I got the AirPod Pro. They're charged on a short cord, so I can't really bring them out. But tomorrow, we are going to be doing a movie review on The Green Inferno, probably one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen. And then obviously you guys are going to be getting another NBA recap as we get through the week. So we got 3 more of those